Hello everyone, what's up? It's me again, Junkmaster3, and yeah, finally it's time for the top 5 of the month for the month of September. So, of course, like usual, these are the 5 best films I watched during that month, and all of these films I watched for the very first time. So, yeah, here we go. So, at number 5, we have a film which was released in 1985 called Savage Dawn, which most people would probably say, oh, that's a really stupid film, but it has such a strange and entertaining vibe to it. It's sort of like a weird, almost like a. It feels like a post-apocalyptic type of film, but it isn't. But it's basically about Lance Henriksen who comes back to this town. He's sort of like a Mad Max type of guy in general, actually. But he has to deal with these like gangs and whatnot, and defend his old friends from this place. And of course, things goes off the rails, and it just gets absolutely crazy. And the acting is just really funny and really cool as well. Lance Henriksen is a complete. I mean, he's such a badass in this film. I really like his performance. Surprisingly, it feels like. I mean, according to a trivia thing on IMDb, it says that Lance Henriksen said himself that this was the film that he was most embarrassed by that he appeared in, like in the 80s. And I don't really understand why, because I think this is a really funny, entertaining B movie action type deal. So if you do like big explosions and like gunfights and fistfights and like just complete other chaos, this is the film for you. So yeah, Savage Dawn on number 5. And number 4 is the newest film of in this list, and it's the film called The Substance, which I watched in the theaters. I think most people have probably already talked about this one, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really pretty. I mean, I thought it was a really cool concept as well. About Demi Moore's character, that her, I mean, they pretty much don't want no part of her anymore just because she's aging, and like, oh, once you're over 50 years old, we don't want you anymore. So I thought that was really like depressing and really like messed up. But that's sort of like how the industry works in general. So I thought that was a very interesting type of like thing to shove into your film. And it wasn't very preachy either. I just thought, I mean, I really liked the effects in this one as well, because in the beginning I was thinking like, because this film is, I mean, this is one of like the minor complaints I have about this film, that it's a little bit too long for my liking. But I kept thinking, where is the messed up thing in the film? Because I was constantly like being told like, oh, this is a really bloody and gory film, but oh man, those last like 25 minutes or so are just absolutely crazy. I really loved the whole body horror type vibe to this film. I actually also, I mean, this is maybe a weird comparison, but I usually, when I talk about this film for other people that haven't seen it yet, I basically say this is the film that David Cronenberg wish he had directed, because his latest one, which was that Crimes of the Future, and that was kind of whatever, like kind of mediocre in my personal opinion. This is the film that he should have directed instead. I mean, that's strange to say, but everyone that worked on this project did a really phenomenal job, and I think Demi Moore is she's absolutely amazing in this, and if she doesn't get like any like Oscar nomination for this, it's just blasphemy. But anyway, that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, The Substance at number 4. And then at number 3, we have an older film from the 50s called. This is a film that I should have watched a long time ago. I'm not really sure why I just hadn't seen it until recently, but it's the film called The Incredible Shrinking Man from the 50s. I was really like, I was really like surprised of how well this looked. I mean, everything that they built up like with like these weird different like scales, because I mean this was based like back in the 50s, so of course the special effects weren't really like as good as some of the newer films in general, but the way they made this film is just so amazing, and I still think it looks very good for being in a 50s film. And it's very tense, and it's really sad as well about this poor guy that just keeps on shrinking, and he doesn't really know why. I mean, there is like an explanation like pretty much early in the film, but he doesn't realize it's because of that. But yeah, it's a really amazing film, and if you haven't seen it, and if you like some of those older films, give it a watch. I think it's a really great film. So yeah, Incredible Shrinking Man at number 3. And number 2 is another drama film, which I was very surprised by. For some reason, this seems to be rather obscure. I have no idea why this was released under the Replay label or whatever that kind of collect, because most of those films that are released under that label used to be low budget action type films, or like sci-fi films in general. This is just a really good drama film, so it's very strange to have that label, like released by that label or whatever. But um, Really great drama film. I don't really want to say too much about this film because I feel this is a film that you really should appreciate every moment of, because it's a really nice, sort of like a family drama comedy type film, because there's also some comedic parts in it as well. I was very surprised by the child actress in this. I thought she was absolutely amazing. Sometimes that can be a big problem with some of these films when you cast like really really young like kids in your film. But in this case, I mean, I'm surprised that this actress didn't really do anything else after this. I think I looked her up, but I don't think she's acting anymore. But I'm just surprised why she didn't keep going with that, because I thought her acting was really really good in this one. But yeah, Undercover Angel from 1999 at number 2. And at number 1 is a film that was just, I mean, the idea for this is just really, really interesting. It's the film called My Life from 1993, which I have mentioned in like an update video not too long ago, I believe. Basically about this poor man played by Michael Keaton, who suffers from cancer, and he decides, just because his wife, played by Nicole Kidman, is pregnant, and he realizes that he might not be able to see his daughter or son until he dies. So he decides to like make a sort of like a weird like sort of like footage thing or like documentary about himself, like who he is, and oh, you can look at this once you're grown up and all that. So I thought that was a really heartfelt film in general, and this is one of those few films that really broke me towards the end. I mean, this is such an amazing, great film, and great performances, and really a special type of idea of a film as well. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this one. This is easily like a 10 out of 10 for me. So yeah, My Life from 1993 at number 1. So yeah, there you go. That's the top 5 of the month for the month of let's see, September. Yeah, I just had to think about that for 1 second for some weird reason. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this particular video. Yeah, like the video, subscribe, do whatever you want. I'm not gonna force you to do anything like that if you don't want to. Because I think I've told you about this before. Like, I don't really like people that run their like YouTube channels and they're like, you have to subscribe to my channel, you have to give a like button. No, not forcing anyone to do that. I mean, if you like the content, do that if you want to. I mean, otherwise, if you don't like the content, please let me know and say if I can improve anything. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this particular video. Next one is probably going to be yet another, maybe another horror review video, because I mean, it is October right now, and I was thinking, well, there's usually just been a lack of horror review videos in the last years or so in October, so I think I need to like compensate for that a little bit. So yeah, but anyway, I hope you enjoy this one, and yeah, see you in the next one. So see you next time. Bye bye.